Folks, welcome to another Poison Studio broadcast, and tonight's going to be between Supernova 8 and Knife and Fork Patrol. And tonight is the two casters that are going to be joining me is Poivia and
Hi.
Death Reaper. How are you guys?
Hey guys, I'm
Hi.
pretty good. How are you guys going?
Good, thanks. How are
Yeah, I'm
you,
good too.
Blasian?
Yeah, I'm doing good too. And we're going to go straight to the bands here. We've got a Ziggs band straight up from Supernova 8, and also a Nasus. A Nasus is a pretty generic band, but what do you think of that Ziggs band?
Ziggs is pretty strong in the mid lane. He can harass from a pretty big far. He's got good escape as well with his satchel charge, which is pretty good. I don't think it's the best ban though. There are a lot of like better mids to ban, like Kassadin's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, actually,
A few others that are really like probably worthy of the ban more than Ziggs.
yeah, pretty interesting enough, we don't actually see a Kassadin ban quite yet. There is no actual Kassadin ban, and we do see Kassadin getting picked up straight away by Supernova. That's pretty scary.
I don't like Cassidans.
Yeah. What do you think of that Kassadin pick? Oh wait, it's not locked in yet, so just... Anyways. But I'm assuming they are going to pick that up.
Jeez,
It's
jumping
a
the
very viable
gun.
pick. But we'll just go through the bans first. We see a Mumu, Draven, and Caitlyn being banned by Knife and Fork Patrol. Looks like they are going to be aiming for that bot lane and one jungler, but what do you think of those bans?
I can understand the Amumu. Amumu brings like a very strong team fight potential with his lockdown if he can land on all 5. Because it just stops all auto attacks and movements, which is pretty good. Granted, you can still cast abilities, but it's not the best. It's pretty strong lockdown. I don't know why they would ban a Draven and Caitlyn. I feel like 2 ADC bans, and it's like they're not even the strongest ADCs at the moment either. So
Yeah. They might be going for like probably a Jinx pick, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure Draven can duel with Jinx pretty well. Caitlyn can deal with her Jinx early on, but obviously Jinx does outscale Caitlyn pretty hard. But Draven is one of the strongest duelists, and you can't really play Jinx against it. So I'm expecting a Jinx pick. We see, and what do you think? How do you think Kassadin will be played here?
well, if he's a good Kassadin, he will probably, well, hopefully things go his way and he gets a bit fed on the mid lane, and he will start to roam. That's how most Kassadin players will play, and they will roam and they will gank all the time. It's the most annoying thing.
Once he gets that Rift Walk,
Once he hits 6, it's on.
his chase potential is enormous, and he scales late game really well. His early game is his weak point though, and they are going to be picking up that Zed. I think that's a good pick for against a Cass, shutting him down with an AD assassin. And we also see Shyvana getting picked up for probably the top lane. What do you think of those picks?
Shyvana, I reckon she'll be top lane as well, to be honest. Shyvana jungle isn't the best. There are a lot of better picks out there.
Yeah.
So probably Shyvana top, like you said. No, I think you're right. I think Shyvana pick at the top, it's pretty good actually at the moment. She's pretty strong. It'll be an interesting pick. See how it goes.
And what do you think of that Kassadin and Zed matchup? I think Zed does have that advantage in the laning phase.
Yeah, but you see, like, the silence can screw that up completely. Like, he can't escape on silence. He can't use his shadows twice, and he can't use the slow on his W, so he has to wait for, like, 1.5 seconds. And while that's happening, Kassadin's just beating him to the ground. So it'll be an interesting comp. I feel like it's pretty even, but it's even, but I feel like the advantage slightly goes in Kassadin's favor.
Indeed. And we do see Elise getting picked up by Supernova 8 there, along with Shen. And I'm assuming Shen is going to be going top in Elise jungle. And I think Elise is a very good pick, probably one of the strongest picks for jungle now. And Shen, I haven't actually seen that much of Shen. So what do you think of those two picks?
I reckon it'll be Elise in the jungle and Shen in the top lane. If anything, Shen's not a very good jungler anymore. Well, he's not bad, he's not great.
Yeah.
Shen against the Shyvana, it's going to be a very passive lane up there, I feel.
Yeah, both of them are just like tanks that like to farm. And
yeah,
both of them can't do much before 6. Like they don't really provide. Oh, I guess Shen does provide that taunt to help with a gank if a gank does come. But I don't think the top lane's going to be much action.
Yeah, I don't think it is either because they both have like they're just super tanky. So if a gank happens, it's just like if they're level 6 and stuff, they can get away quite easily.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to hope this Shyvana does take TP though to follow around the Shen, because otherwise it could be a problem.
Yes, indeed. And we see a Janna Ezreal bot lane for Knife and Fork Patrol. Fairly interesting there. That is a lot of, I guess, a lot of peel and mobility between the AD carry and support. And that's a pretty safe bot lane, and it's going to be very difficult for them to catch on to that Ezreal. What do you think of those two picks?
Disengage is pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the right choice at the moment here. Anyways, the disengage needs to be a lot. I mean, you have a Cassidy, not to mention like the amount of gap closes these people have is quite a lot. You've got the Taunt on the Shen, you've got the Elise Rappel and stun she brings into
and
it.
Cassidon as well.
And Cassidon's, oh yeah, that's right. So I feel like the Yana pick is a very good pick for the disengage.
And yeah, Ezreal is a very good pick as well for that Cassidon. You don't want Cassidon to be on top of your AD carry, or else that AD carry will probably be dead in a matter of seconds. And we see Jinx and Taric Jinx and Taric getting picked up in bot lane for Supernova 8. What do you think of that matchup between Jinx, Taric, and Ezreal, Janna? Sorry.
I think honestly, it'll be interesting because Yana is the disengage of the team. You know, if she can get the shields off right, it'll be good. But I feel like Jinx, Taric, if they hard engage and like Yana doesn't disengage properly, it could be all over for one of them. Just the burst that comp brings us quite a lot. Not to mention the CC.
They actually get a huge damage boost at level 6. Taric's ult actually does do a lot of damage along with his shatter, and that is a pretty big kill lane at level 6. Not as big as Leona Jinx. So, but of course, looks like they're going to be grabbing a Gragas. A pretty interesting pick there. It might be Gragas top. This another disengaged champion. They're going to have 2 disengaging champions. But that could be a Gragas top. I'm not sure. We have seen it in the what's the tournament going on right now? I've got the name.
Cybergamer.
No. The
Autumn
Pro
Qualifier?
The pro one. I don't know. I forgot what it was called.
That's right.
Yeah, LCS. That's right.
LCS.
Yeah.
LCS.
We actually saw 2. I saw a couple tank Gragas top lanes, and it didn't work out that well. But we could be seeing that here in this game.
Yeah, well, I don't think Gragas will want to go on the mid lane, not against the Cassidon, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like it's Shyvana jungle, so... Unless it's a Gragas jungle, but I honestly don't think that would be the smart thing to do. I've seen it, but I don't think it's the smart thing to do.
And we're going to be removing the blackouts now, and
Yep.
it is a Gragas jungle.
Oh, it is Gragas jungle.
Yeah.
Oh, calling it.
Yeah, I knew it was a Gragas jungle. I just had to pretend it wasn't. But
Okay, sure.
And we see that Cassidon is actually running teleport, and that's a message saying he wants to roam very early. Probably once he hits 6, or even before 6, he can teleport. And I think he wants to snowball off the other lanes. And I don't know. I haven't seen a Gragas jungle before, and
I was definitely going to suggest, though, if Gragas wasn't jungle, that they would lane swap, so I guess it is probably the smarter choice that Gragas is jungling.
yeah.
So otherwise they would just lane swap.
Anyways, we're just gonna go through the team names now, and Poivo and I will be doing that, and I'll go through Supernova 8. In a top lane, playing the Shen, will be King of Bots, and we've got Elise in the jungle playing by Dax de NZ, and we've got Godkiller on Cassidon in the mid lane, and we've got a goddamn truck and Dr. Damascus on Taric and Jinx.
Okay, so on Knife and Fork Patrol, we have Vexatius? I'm sorry. As Shyvana. That's Shyvana, right? Yes, it's Shyvana. Young Neil as Zed, Polecat as Janna, Rhinoceros as Gragas and Poles as Ezreal.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And right now, the laning matchups pretty interesting. We've got Cassidy. I haven't seen in quite a bit actually, and a Zed as well. Hopefully Zed can shut down Cassidy, or else Cassidy will snowball out of control. And they don't have. And interesting enough, Knife and Fork Patrol did not pick up any teleport. And with the combination of Shen with teleport, with his ult, and Cassidy with teleport, they got a lot of global control. And how do you think that will affect this game?
Well, it's definitely good for like split pushing and whatnot. Sorry about that. It's definitely good for split pushing, and it just brings a lot of roaming to the thing. So it's very interesting. Also, I'm noticing in the bot lane we've got Taric with Ignite, so
Yeah.
you could see the bot lane's going to be very aggressive, and not to mention they're going to have a lot more damage output than the other. Like, I find Ezreal is good about mid-early, but falls off very hard in the late game.
Actually,
so it'll be very interesting to see how this goes.
This could be interesting. I feel like Taric and Shen have got to trade because I haven't seen Shen with exhaust quite a bit, but it might work. And here we are. We're going to be entering the skin battle, so we're going to let Poivia deal with that when she gets in there.
Yeah. When I get in. Yep.
Hey, we see one of your favorite skins.
Which one?
No,
No, not mine then.
Death Reapers, and yeah, I think a couple of your favorite skins too. So
Can spectate now.
Handsome Cody says Tarek goes hard or goes Homer.
Too good. Go hard or
Okay.
go home.
No, Homo.
I know.
Okay, we've got Surgeon Shen, Victorious Elise, Mafia Jinx, and Classic Cassidon and Classic Tarek on the blue team. On purple team, we've got Ice Drake Shyvana, Shockblade Zed, Hex Tech Jana, Oktoberfest Gragas, and Explorer Ezreal. Well, Hex Tech Jana. Yeah.
I think
But purple team wins because they've
Knife
got...
and Fork Patrol just have won the skin battle from their sheer numbers, I guess.
Yeah.
Not to mention Oktoberfest Gravis, too strong.
Yeah, you're one of your favorite skins.
That recall animation.
Yeah.
And here we go. We're gonna. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention the level 1 battle. What do you think has a stronger level 1 battle?
Definitely the blue team.
Yeah, Supernova 8 have that Shen taunt if they want to bring that to the table. They've also got a Taric stun if needed. Also Elise stun if they do decide to get that. And also a Jinx snare with her traps. That's a lot of CC at level 1 if they decide to get it. I really doubt that Elise will be getting the cocoon. But they could if they want to engage a level 1 fight. But both teams look like they're just going to be defending
In all honesty,
the blue and red buffs.
In all honesty, the Hex Tech Jana sort of confuses me because in the splash art it's brown, but in game it's blonde.
Of course you would notice this.
Yes, of course I do. Because that's
And
it.
we might see an early 4v4. It looks like both teams are
Hello, Gragas.
bunching up here. We see Gragas diving straight into 4 of
Goodbye,
them. Looks like he's falling
Gragas.
very low. Elise does pick up the first blood there. Zed is going to be chased out of there. All members of Supernova 8 are half health approximately, besides Taric, and Gragas
Right.
has just given up a free first blood there. I think Supernova 8 were expecting something like that to happen.
Oopsie.
Yeah, that was a very good play on their hand, and we were right. The level 1 is very strong on the blue team compared to purple. As you can see, that Shen taunt came off at the very beginning, just straight up locked down that Gragas with the Jinx follow up on her E. So It was very good. I would like to point out though, Tarek has gone Runic Shield. I don't personally think Runic Shield is a great item for support anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, it's okay, but they need to have lane dominance, otherwise, like, Tarek's just gonna get harassed on pretty easily.
It's actually a pretty safe pick against a Janna though, since Janna does not provide any lane. Oh, really, Janna is a lane which keeps your AD carry safe, but really does give up the laning phase.
Yeah.
And this is my first time seeing a Gragas jungle. Like, I've heard about it, I've just never seen it before. So I'm pretty interested to see this. So yeah.
It'll be interesting. I don't think Gragas in the jungle is strong. I think there are a lot better picks than Gragas.
Yeah.
Personally, I can see why they sort of went Gragas because of the AP, but I still feel like there are better AP junglers out there.
And yeah, Gragas is already fairly low in jungle, but yeah. And we actually do see Supernova 8's bot lane actually having the lane pushed up, and they seem like, well, it looks like Tarek is getting a lot of poke from Ezreal and Janna there, but other than that, they do have the lane dominance as Ezreal is just farming as far back as he can. And we also see there is no level 3 gank. It looks like Elise may be coming in the mid lane. Repel does go off. She does jump to a minion, but Zed just uses his shadow to get out of there. And Zed is pretty safe at the moment from ganks.
And like how you said, bot lane is gonna be a lot more aggressive. Jinx is naturally aggressive though, so
Yeah. She's
yeah.
one of the best, probably the best pusher in
She
the
can
game.
play very passively, but she
Yeah, it really just gives up her. Like,
it's all up to your own style, but a lot of her skill set is a lot of harass.
Yeah.
with the long range poke from Zap and even the rockets can really annoy the bot lane. And we see a possible 2v2 happening in the mid lane. Looks like Gragas will be spotting out that Elise, I believe. The ping does go out, and Elise will just leave. And Gragas is just waiting, and it's like both of them
I don't
decide.
feel like Gragas should go in for that. I think he would just give up double buff completely. It's one
Yeah.
of them.
At
That's
least,
the last thing you want to do to a Kassadin. You don't want to give Kassadin the advantage in lane.
yeah, indeed. He's very scary once he's ahead. And Elise is not someone you want to be battling in a one-on-one situation, especially as Gragas. I assume that Gragas is fairly weak in a one-on-one situation in the jungle. He's keeping half health, so that's very dangerous, especially against Elise. Elise can duel very well in jungle, so that'll be scary. And as we expected, top lane is just farming right now.
Yes, there's just a lot of farm battling at the moment. Not much has really been happening since the first blood on Gragas. As we predicted, the top lane is just pretty much an island. Not much is happening up there.
And we see
It
Elise
does look
actually.
like Elise actually does come up. Yank. Oh, the taunt goes
The
off.
ping goes off, and the cocoon does miss, and looks like Shyvana will be getting out of there fairly easily. And that was pretty much what was going to happen. Maybe if the cocoon had landed, a flash could have been forced. Looks like Elise is going to be running into Gragas in the jungle. Gragas is fairly low, but the cocoon lands. We see Gragas flashing over the wall, and Elise is trying to chase. The repel is not going to be able to reach Gragas, and looks like Shyvana is going to be turning on her aggression onto Elise. Elise takes a bit of damage, but looks like Shen comes flying in, but will not be able to get the taunt off, and Gragas does get away with his life there.
Yeah, Gragas is very lucky, but his flash is now down, and he's open to being counter jungled pretty hard at the moment. So
And yeah, it looks,
we'll see what happens. I honestly think the Gragas pick is weakening them as a team at this point in time.
you see Elise actually walking around the jungle. Not sure what she's gonna do, but she may steal Wraith, or maybe she'll just leave. She'll recall into the jungle, and we
That
see
recall animation is
Kassadin
pretty
is
cool.
6 now. Kassadin is six now, and we see pings going down. He is not going to be spotted by any ward. He's going to be able to get into this bot lane fairly quickly. We see we're going to probably wait for the Tarek stun to land, and actually no, it does not happen. We see the Kassadin does manage to silence, but Ezreal, being a really safe AD carry, does manage to arcane shift out of there, and Zed is taking advantage of this and pushing the mid lane.
Elise is there though to make sure it doesn't get too hard pushed. Looks like they're still going pretty hard on
Yeah,
the bot lane here. Cassin's coming around. Looks like they can go for a tower dive.
Stun once again, and the silence, and an
And there we
instant
go.
burst between Jinx and Kassadin. And Tarek falls pretty low to that the turret, but it is not enough to kill him. And now Janet is left at 1v2 at the bottom lane. I don't think she'll be able to absorb much, protect this turret for much damage unless they do go back, which they are. And we see a gank in the mid lane, and at least Kassadin manages to pick up the kill, and another kill for...
Kassadin's just getting
Yeah.
too fed. If they're not careful and they don't shut down this Kassadin, then oh, he's just going to carry this game.
Yeah, it looks like Kassadin is a very, very scary...
I feel like they should have banned Kassadin over a Caitlyn or Draven, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Kassadin is a lot more
Scary.
scary than Caitlyn, or at least a Caitlyn. A lot more scary than Caitlyn.
Yeah, like when
And Shen is also 6, so if any
7.
of them get into trouble... Well, yeah. If any of them get into trouble, Shen can protect him, and it'll be just that bit harder to kill that hyper carry Kassadin.
But surprisingly, even though they only have 3 kills, their gold advantage isn't that good.
Yeah,
It's only like 6k. Sorry, it's 0.6, my bad.
yeah, it's
600
actually...
gold.
The changes in early game gold have really affected in season 4. They changed First Blood to not give that much if it's before like
Are you gonna
8
be
minutes, I think.
downloading?
And any kill before 8
Okay.
minutes is not much gold at all. So that's why we really see a small advantage for Supernova 8.
I just feel like Gragas has been shut down too hard. I haven't really seen him gank that much this game at all so far, and I mean, it's very important on, you know, against the Kassadin, you would assume that he would gank pre-6,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because, I mean, that's when Kassadin is the weakest. He can't, like, escape very easily.
Right now, Gragas may have the advantage now over the Elise, since Elise does not get any huge boost after reaching 6. Gragas does get a pretty big boost with his ult for his ganks as well. And
Oh.
see, at bot lane, looks like the stun is going to be on to Zed there. They're just going to be trying to take out this pink, and now they're going to just get out of there and
I feel that was very weird. I feel like they, Zed should have ulted there on the Jinx and they should have just gone hard. I feel like they would have been able to pick up a kill there. I feel like the Jinx and Tarek were very out of position there.
I think they were
They
just
could have made
first-
something on it, but I think they decided to back off instead.
They were just trying to protect that pink. I think they love that pink there, but looks like Gragas is going to be coming down bot. He is botted by ward, and he's instantly just going to be backing off. The ping is off as well. I don't know what he's doing.
Gragas is doing stuff.
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to be able to do much unless he comes through lane. He may be doing that right now after he gets his white.
It looks like Handsome Cody and Shamalicious
Shamalicious.
that they want Blasian's attention as they have coordinated cheers.
Okay.
Looks like they're going for Dragon here, at least it's going to get the Dragon. I don't think there'll be any contestation, but Gragas is going hard right now. Oh, but they're automatically stopped by the Chompers by Jinx. Very good CC.
And yeah, the early dragon by, oh, the 10-minute dragon, not actually that early, by Supernova 8. And it is easily going to be picked up, no contest. As
I feel like they should have gone for Dragon earlier when they killed the Ezreal instantly.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been a very good pickup right there, but I mean, it's all good. They're getting to Dragon now, so I mean, that's one Dragon in their favor.
And yeah, Elise is actually very effective at taking early dragons with the Spiderlings. And I'm sorry to Cody and the other person. Sorry, I only remember one name. I cannot look at the chat right now.
Yeah, and we can't actually do face cams or else my computer will completely lag out. So that's not happening.
It's like Gragas was trying to make something happen in the mid lane, but it is Kassadin. Not much is going to be happening there.
Yeah, Gragas hasn't done much at all this game.
It's
If
because
we look
he's
at the CS at the
failing.
moment, looking at the CS, we can see that Shen's actually losing his lane at this point in time.
Yeah.
He has the 1 assist, but I mean, CS-wise, he's not doing himself a great deal of favors.
Yeah, I think Shyvana has the better laning phase and possibly just a lane in general, but Shen does provide a huge global presence. And I actually haven't seen Kassadin teleport and I don't think he's used it yet, has he?
No, because he's
No,
just
he has just been roaming.
yeah.
I feel like he should have maybe taken something else. I don't know. We haven't seen him use that yet. Maybe he's got something planned in the future. Split pushing potential is pretty big, but I feel like he's just too much of a threat to really leave his team and split push. Not to mention his split pushing isn't really that amazing either.
It could be used to after he roam, he teleports back to lane.
Well, nothing happens. He decides to back off.
Yeah, right now Kassadin is dominating his lane fairly hard. And looks like Gragas is going to be flashing in. You ulting the Jinx into the wall there. We see the Chomp is not landing on anyone besides Janna at the back there. And looks like Gragas is going to pick up the kill on Jinx. The exhaust goes off onto Taric, and Taric does flash. Exhaust for flash. A pretty good trade there. But actually, Janna did flash exhaust, so...
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of summoners were popped there. I don't feel like that was necessary. They should have just like left the Taric. Nothing is going to be made off the Taric. The amount of armor he gets from his W is kind of ridiculous.
He is a very tanky
He
man.
is.
Very big man. In all aspects. I'm sorry. Bad joke.
That joke is bad.
And yeah.
Not much is really happening at the moment. There's a bit going on in the mid lane, but it's just mostly harassing dancing.
Yeah, they need to shut down the Kassadin as soon, whenever they can.
The problem is, once Kassadin's fed, he's
Kassadin is teleporting down to the
TV.
bot lane. Looks like Janna and Ezreal are going to be getting out of there. He does Rift Walk and Silence onto that Ezreal, and the shield, I think, from Janna has popped. And we see the Shen ulting, and looks like Shen is going to be ulting a beautiful combination between Shen, Jinx, and Kassadin there. Kassadin pushing in there.
They missed the pink ward again.
Oh, Zed ulti comes in on the Kassadin, but it looks like it's been shut down. It doesn't die. It's very good.
Zed's not going to be able to do much here as... Oh, actually Zed manages to get under turret, but looks like Shen is going to pick up that kill.
That was a very, very nice move over that spawn over the wall to thing, but I don't know if that was intentional, but either way, that was a very good play.
Yeah, and it looks like this bot turret is probably going to fall. Yeah, it is a Jinx. And yeah, that's a very, very good turn of events for Supernova 8 to get control.
Yes. Got bot tower as well.
Yeah, to get the first tower of the game actually. And we see Gragas going up to top lane. They are going to be tower diving this Elise. Elise is going to be managed to kind of get away. She's still on the turret. The ult by Gragas misses, and she falls fairly low. And the kill does fall to Gragas, and looks like Shen is going to be returning as well. And Shen may be able to taunt Gragas under turret. Gragas takes 2 turret hits, but he does not. It's not quite enough to kill him, and Shyvana will continue to push his turret, I guess.
Kassadin's chasing the Gragas. I'm assuming this Cass will go to gank the Shyvana, and there should be a kill here. Kassadin gets fed.
And yeah, we see, looks like the Dragon Form by Shyvana has run out, and the taunt by Shen does land on Shyvana. Shyvana is fairly low right now, and she does not get away, as we see, I think it was, is it Netherblade that picked up the kill, or Force Pulse?
I think that was Force Pulse.
Yeah. And Gragas will not be able to defend this, and then this may be
There's
another
a Zed
turret
coming
for
down.
Supernova 8.
Is Zed coming to gank bot lane?
Yeah, and Jinx is actually behind her right now, and looks like Taric is in a pretty bad situation right now. He is going to be able to get away. I think Zed could have dived pretty deep there, but
Yeah, it looks like they're going to 3-man this bot tower at the moment.
yeah, they're going to try
I
to
don't
return.
think blue team can do anything at the moment here. It's just looking like they've got too much at the moment. They'll just take the tower and move off at this point in time.
Good job by Knife and Fork Patrol to get a return turret for that top lane. But right now, it's just a 2.5k gold advantage to Supernova 8. And
We have Dragon spawning in about 25 seconds as well, so it'll be interesting to see if they start setting up for Dragon.
yeah. See Janna coming in, looks like she's going to be trying to get a slow off onto Kassadin, and she does manage to do it, but there is nothing they can do. Looks like Kassadin didn't even use his Rift Walk, so yeah, very safe mid laner.
I feel like they're playing very smart at the moment. They're not getting into team fights and split pushing at this point in time because, let's be honest here, purple team's more of a team fighting at the moment. Like the amount of disengage they have, they could easily deal with the engage. So they're using that knowledge fairly well, and they're split pushing.
And I think that's why Cassin may have ran a teleport, because I don't think they want to even try team fighting at all. And looks like Dragon is going to be looked at here. There is a ward for both teams there, so both teams do know it's happening. Shen's ult is up, so he can get down, but Shyvana is running down as well. This is going to turn into a 5v5. Fairly soon, we see Gragas. Gragas is very good at stealing, but the ult is not quite enough to stop the smite. And looks like the disengage by Janna is coming in, and we see the what's it called, the Shyvana coming in. Zed falls to Kassadin first there, and Kassadin is falling very low. The taunt does save him, and Gragas is exhausted and will not be able to pick up the kill there. And Shyvana is falling low as well, and Gragas comes in, and Jinx does fall to Shyvana, and Shyvana is not able to pick up the Kassadin there, and Kassadin does get away with another kill. And very, very lucky for Supernova 8 to get away with the majority of the lives there. And Gragas is looking pretty greedy there, and has not managed to pick up the kill onto Elise, as he does stop to auto-attack that pink 2 times.
I feel like that Gragas was too greedy. Should back off.
Yeah.
I also feel like the reason why blue team was starting to lose that fight is like you could just see Ezreal in the back just sitting there, just plonking them all down, while the whole of purple team was on that Jinx at the very beginning. They locked her down. They're getting her down.
Yeah. Well,
so I feel like their focus is a lot better for the purple team than the blue team at this point in time.
Ezreal is a very safe AD carry. He's pretty much the safest AD carry. His blink cannot be interrupted, like by a Blitzhook even, and he's very, very effective in getting away and keeping safe. Compared to Jinx, though, has no blink at all.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty sure Jinx did use the flash and a barrier in that fight. So
yeah,
she has no summoners up for a while.
But she
and as
does
you can see,
have
the
her
Ezreal
ult.
hasn't even used his flash or barrier, so they didn't even pressure him to use a barrier or a flash. So I just feel like the focus wasn't very good there. But I mean, in the end, Gragas got a bit too greedy, and
see the taunt landing onto the Zed there. The stun going by Taric, and Elise coming in with the repel, pick up the kill. The stun by Elise landing onto Gragas, and you see the Jinx ult just hitting Gragas there as well to absorb, to actually help with the kill there. And two kills pretty easily for Supernova 8 there, and they may be able to get a second tier turret in the mid lane. Actually, no, there's only 1 minion, but yeah, it looks like they will be able to easily. But Shyvana is going to get 1 return turret, but with the push power of Elise and Jinx, and we see Kassadin jumping straight on top of Ezreal, and a lot of bursts there. I think there was that was just an arcane shift. Sorry.
Yes, as you can see, this Kassadin is very big right now. He is just really fed. You just saw him take out that ADC down to a quarter of health and 2 abilities.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous. His Rift Walk didn't even hit him then, so it's going to be very difficult to come back for this on the purple team. The gold advantage is just creeping ahead for the blue team, so...
I kind of believe that Ezreal kind of needs to build a defensive item for that Kassadin fairly early. Probably a good item could even be Quicksilver Sash, as there is a Taric stun. And we see Janna getting caught out by, once again, Kassadin and Taric, I believe, along with Jinx. And Kassadin does pick up another kill, and he is currently 705. He has been involved in almost all the kills for Supernova 8, snowballing out of control right now.
Yeah, he's getting pretty big, and he's just picking off people now. Unfortunately, once again, I'll stand by my point I said at the beginning. I think they should have banned Kassadin. They're not going to pick him up. They don't have first pick. I feel like he's a must ban at this point in time. Kassadin's just too big of a mid lane at this point. Unless you play to counter him, it's not. But Zed doesn't. I don't feel Zed does enough to counter him though.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
I reckon Talon would be in a better pick.
Like just his roaming potential, and it's just like you can look what you want to do to counter a Kassadin. One of the ways of countering him is like when he goes to roam, you push your lane as hard as possible. But at the moment, you can still see Blue's mid tower is still up. The first tower, it hasn't been. It's only at half health, so yeah. I feel like he hasn't done a good enough job pushing and whatnot. But then again, I'll give credit to the Elise, who's been in the mid lane the majority of the time when he's not there. So.
And we see, looks like Kassadin is going to get a lot of damage off onto that Zed once again, and that's half the damage in just one combo.
See,
And
I
that is
told you, man. He sort of counters. You can't jump to your shadows and stuff when you silence. I'll do.
I feel like Talon could have been a better pick for mid lane as a better AD assassin against Kassadin.
Yeah, he's very good with the.
We see
silence.
Gragas ulting the Taric back into the team there. It looks like Kassadin is going to be turning right onto that Janna. Janna does fall as we see the Jinx ult come flying through. Elise is in the backline, dealing some damage onto that Ezreal. It looks like Elise is now cornered turret. The ult by Zed onto Elise, and Elise does survive and kill onto Zed. Goes to Jinx, and looks like Kassadin is going to be diving that Gragas in the backline there, and he has no mana to use his body slam, and he does manage to flash away, and I think Kassadin may be able to pick up the kill, and he does. He gets the red buff off him, and he is just going to be able to rift fork out of Ezreal's range, and this first inhibitor turret is going down. You see Shyvana jumping in, and Shyvana is going to get stunned by Taric. Taric, and now she does get snared by the chompers, and we see Ezreal falling fairly quickly there, and same with Janna, and Elise is very low, but they do not manage to pick her up, and we see all three members of Knife and Fork Patrol falling fairly quickly to that crazy strong Kassadin.
They had a lot better focus that fight, and that looks like this should be GG. Jinx's is just way too strong here.
Yeah,
Unless Gragas and Zed can set something up, but I feel like Gragas is too weak at this point in time. All Zed has is the Black Cleaver, so I don't see anything big happening. If they go hard here, I reckon they might have something, but they might back out for safety reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
a lot of them are low health.
Oh, nice Ezreal ulti there to pick up the Taric. It's like Shen's being caught out. He might taunt over the wall, but Gragas is there.
Gragas is there, and Gragas will body slam, get a slow off, and I think Shen is just going to be a death rattle there, trying to slow him down as the other two do get away, and they're just going to be turning their aggression to Dragon to get another objective in their pocket there.
They can just walk into a lane now and just push down the inhibitor turret if they really wanted to, or they could just go straight for the Nexus. I honestly think once they're all at full health, they can just go straight for the Nexus, because their gold advantage is just ridiculously big at this point. I don't think there's anything Purple Team can do unless Blue Team just completely screw up.
Yeah, they're gonna have to throw this game pretty hard, in my opinion, if for them to lose now.
It's unfortunate, but I mean that's what happens when Kassadin gets so big. It's just so hard to deal with. He's just got too much gold and he's just too much damage. As you can see, he can just literally, 100 to 0 this Ezreal if the armor doesn't shield him.
And yeah, you need to shut him down early, and I think Zed couldn't do that. And along with the jungler being a very weak pre-6 ganker, in my opinion, Gragas could not deal with the Kassadin.
I feel like it was just their team comp letting them down. I mean, they had the right, idea. The disengage was great. The Ana pick was good. You don't want to, you want to have that disengage, definitely for the amount of engage they have,
But
so it was the right pick, but I feel like Gragas jungle was just not the right thing.
Yeah, it's just, they really gave up their laning phase just to get this team comp down, and the laning phase is what messed them up here. And we see a taunt missing onto the Gragas there by Shen, and they're just going to get disengaging. We see Shyvana going hard. We see Gragas does manage to get the Taric under the turret there, and we see Shyvana does fall very low. That's a lot of burst from Jinx and Kassadin does manage to pick up the kill there. Actually, no, sorry, onto Zed in the backline there, and we see them just chasing them out, and Kassadin gets a double kill with that E of his, and that is GG.
Kassadin too strong.
Congratulations to Supernova 8 to pick up a victory here.
Good job, guys. That was a very, very nice game.
And now for MVP. I think we were saying it the whole game.
Kassadin.
Yeah.
12-0-10. Look at that score. Perfect game.
Congratulations, God Killer.
It's a nice game.
Good job.
It's fun to cast. Thank you for the viewers that were joining us.
Yeah.
This is Poivia signing out.
Along with Blasian.
And Death Reaper.
See you next time.
Bye.